Travers Buttes Railway. The Travers Buttes Railway is a railway line in the Swiss canton of Neuchâtel. It was built by the Régional du Val-de-Travers RVT, officially the Compagnie du Chemin de Fer Régional du Val-de-Travers Regional Railway Company, which operated an almost 14 km long Y-shaped RVT line from Travers via Fleurier to St-Sulpice and Buttes. Today the line is owned and operated by the Transports Publics Neuchâtelois. History. The Compagnie du Chemin de Fer Regional du Val-de-Travers was founded in Fleurier in 1881 with the aim of providing rail access to the villages in the Val-de-Travers. Although the Franco-Swiss company Compagnie Franco-Suisse had already opened a railway line through the Val-de-Travers on 25 July 1860, this ran through the higher ground of the valley of Les Villiers and on to Pont-Olaire. In order to reach the necessary altitude, the line was built from Travers on a hillside, far from the settlements and the valley floor. The line of the Régional du Val-de-Travers was therefore built largely parallel to that of the Franco-Suisse and ran in the valley floor from Travers. The Travers-Fleurier Railway was opened to St-Sulpice, the seat of the company and the location of the depot, on 24 September 1883. The Fleurier-Buttes Railway was opened on 11 September 1886. When the RVT was founded, the Franco-Suisse already had changed its name for the second time due to mergers and was called the Jura-Simplon Railways Jura-Simplon-Bonn (GS) when it was nationalized to become part of the Swiss Federal Railways SBB in 1903, but the RVT still retained its original name. The shortage of coal during the Second World War led to the virtual complete electrification of the Swiss railway network. Travers Station lies in the Neuchâtel-Auvergne-les Ferrières route, on which electrification was completed on 22 November 1942. The RVT adopted the SBB electrification system 15 kV 16 2/3 HC and began electrical operations on its line on 4 May 1944. The final step to electric traction was marked at the RVT with the demolition of its last steam locomotive in 1951. On the basis of the so-called Private Bona Fide Private Railway Assistance Act, the rolling stock was renewed around 1965. In accordance with the concept for standardized types of rolling stock developed by the Federal Office of Transport (EAV) and the Swiss rolling stock industry, the RVT procured a so-called EAV Trabergen EAV railcar, which was numbered 103, 3 matching control cars 200, 1 203 and 2 standard cars, class 1 Einheitswagen, NOS 301 302, that made possible the operation of push-pull trains. Passenger operations on the more than 1.6 kilometer long Fleurier-St-Sulpice section was finally abandoned on 2 June 1973 and they were replaced by a bus route. Since then, the former branch line to Buttes has formed the last part of the RVT main line. The line to St-Sulpice, where an RVT carriage shed once stood, was officially retained for goods traffic and service traffic. The catenary was dismantled in 2001. The disused section was revived for its 100th anniversary in 1983 to carry nostalgic trips, which benefited from the founding of the Vapeur Val-de-Travers VVT Steam Railway Club in 1984. The VVT now maintains a depot at the end of the line in St-Sulpice and uses the line for steam rides. The concession for the Fleurier-St-Sulpice section was transferred to the Vapeur Val-de-Travers in 2012. Parallel with the gradual introduction of the integrated regular interval timetable starting from 1980, 2 new railcars were procured, which corresponded to those of the new BLS push-pull trains and were procured for cost reasons by various private railways in pooled orders. 2 private Bahn and BZ railcars newer pendles like a new push-pull train for private railways, 104-105 with 2 drivers' cabs, which were delivered in 1983, replaced the 1965 EAV railcar 103, which was sold to the Martigny-Auxerre Railway Chemins de Fer Martigny-Auxerre Mo, but the EAV control cars 202-203 were used with the new railcars. Between 1985 and 1991, the additional rolling stock was procured, including 2 newer private Bahn and BZ sets 106-107 with only 1 cab, 3 matching control cars 204-206 and 4 new intermediate cars 300-307. The RAB 104 was sold to the Gruyère Fribourg-Morat Railway Chemins de Fer Fribourg-Joyeux Gruyère Fribourg-Morat GFM. In 1991, BLS sold its 3 AD4/8 railcar 741-743 to the Oensingen-Balstal Railway Oensingen-Balstal-Bond OBB, which in turn sold number 743 to the RVT in 1994, which renumbered it 313 under a new numbering scheme. In 1999, RVT was merged with neighbouring companies, in which the canton of Neuchâtel also held considerable holdings, the Railway Company and the Compagnie des Transports du Val-de-Travers Bus Company, formerly the Régional du Val-de-Travers Railway Company, to form the TRN. The TRN merged with the Compagnie des Transports and Communes de Neuchâtel et Environs in 2012 to form the Transports Publics Neuchâtelois, the current operator. Rolling stock. The RVT tended to match its rolling stock purchases with that of the neighbouring standard gauge private railways. Some rolling stock, therefore, either form part of follow-up orders, originate from joint orders coordinated by the Federal Office of Transport, or were exchanged with other companies.